Our team has helped international clients invest tens of millions of dollars in Dubai real estate. But many first-time investors have no idea where to start, what to do, and even more importantly, what to avoid when it comes to investing. So today I'll walk you through everything you should know before you invest a single penny. And let's start with the question that might be bothering you. Is now a good time to invest in Dubai real estate? Yes, Dubai is still a great place for real estate investing. First, because the global interest keeps growing. Dubai's population is rapidly increasing. On the last year, more than 200,000 people moved here. Dubai is the #1 city for millionaire and billionaire migration. Roughly 10,000 millionaires and billionaires moved here in 2025, and high net worth individuals show a very high intent to invest in Dubai real estate. For example, Knight Frank reported that roughly 50% of individuals with a net worth of $50 million or more reported that they're gonna invest in Dubai real estate in the near future. It's important because more people moving here and more people investing here pushes the market prices up. Second, the real estate in Dubai generates pretty high returns. For example, an average rental yield here is roughly 1.5 to 2 times higher compared to other global cities like London, New York, Singapore, or Hong Kong. And the point number 3 is that it's not a Wild West anymore. Dubai's market is pretty regulated. There are mandatory escrow accounts. There is a lot of government control. So the city generally becomes a much safer and more predictable place for real estate investors. But it has a downside. As the market matures, now you can't just invest in any random property and expect high returns. Investors must be very selective. Another question we get asked pretty often is, what benefits do I get as a Dubai property owner? In addition to potentially high returns, you get the residency. There are 2 types of visas in Dubai for property investors. The first one is an investor visa. To qualify, you need to spend a minimum of 750,000 dirhams. That's roughly $200,000. You get this residency for 2 years. You must visit Dubai once every 6 months. You get access to bank accounts and other features commonly accessible by residents. The second option is a golden visa. For that, you need to purchase a property with a price of 2 million dirhams or more. That's exactly $546,000. Golden visa stays active for 10 years. There are no requirements about you visiting Dubai. You can include your spouse and kids and your parents in this visa. And to get it, you don't have to pay the full amount. You can go for a property that is priced 2 million dirhams, but put down 20% down payment, pay the 4% DLD fee, and then you become eligible. So you'll be a golden visa holder even before the property is completed. Popular question number 3. How much money do I need to buy a property in Dubai? The minimum is around 750,000 dirhams or $200,000. That's enough for a studio in an affordable residential area. Such properties are good for generating rental income, but not that great for value appreciation. Outperforming the market growth is highly unlikely. The main areas where you can find the properties at this price point are Dubai South, GBT, Dubai Land Residence Complex, Arjan, and several others. One best there go for around 1.3 million dirhams or $350,000, and 2 bets will be closer to 2 million dirhams or roughly $550,000. The entry ticket into areas with strong value appreciation potential is a bit higher. It's usually between 2 and 3 million dirhams or $500,000 to $800,000. That's exactly how much you need to buy a 1-bedroom on Dubai Islands, for example. If you want to invest in a house, then the minimum you need for a good townhouse is roughly 4 or 5 million dirhams. That's $1.4 million. That's for a townhouse. Fully detached villas are at a higher price point. Question number 4. What are the property acquisition costs in Dubai? For our plan, the costs are the purchase price, 4% to buy land department fee, we call it DLD fee, and an administrative fee, usually around 5,000 dirhams or $1,500. For the secondary market properties, you'll pay the purchase price, 4% DLD fee, 2% agency fee, plus trustee and legal fees, roughly $4,000 or $5,000 combined. What would be my expenses after I purchase a property in Dubai? First, service charges. These are the fees paid to the developer for property maintenance. So they use the money to take care of common areas like pools, gyms, parking, etc. Service charges might differ a lot depending on the developer and the property class, but the usual amount is roughly 15 to 20 dirhams per square foot. That's roughly $46 per square foot per year. So if you own a one-bedroom in an average building, be ready to pay $2,000 or $3,000 in service charges per year. The second bucket is housing fees. If the property is not rented out, you'll pay a 5% fee based on the annual rental value. This annual rental value is assessed by Dubai municipality. And if you rent the property out, then you pay no housing fees, and your tenant take care of this. Now let's discuss another important question. How much money can I make from Dubai real estate? The range of possibilities is pretty broad, but I'll give you the averages so you have a general idea. Over the last 3 years, an average apartment grew in value by around 30%. Over the same period of time, an average house increased in value by more than 60%. Average net rental yield in Dubai, after the service charges, is roughly 5 to 6%. You can make more. 7 or 8% can easily be achieved with a good investment. How to know if the Dubai property investment is good? Well, reach out to Forever Estates. We're a real estate advisory and brokerage firm. And what makes us different is that we're investor-focused. All our recommendations are data-driven. We run all the numbers for you. And we always make sure that our clients are 100% informed about their investment decision. I'm a former management consultant and banker. My head of research is a former investment banker, and the brokerage team has decades of real estate experience. So we're perfectly positioned to work with investors of all sizes, from the first-time buyers to large investment organizations. Our contact information is in the description. But if you want to learn more, get more knowledge about great areas, good developers, and high-potential projects, the best available in Dubai right now, then you should scan the QR code or click the link below. Someone from my team will send to you our insider report. It's a detailed report with the main investment opportunities right now, and we're sharing it for free. Next question. How do I know if the specific Dubai property is worth investing in? Let me give you a quick framework. If you're looking for a rental property, then your net rental yield should be at least 6%. Don't forget to include the service charges, and you must base your calculations on the real rent in similar properties. 6% as a benchmark works for both ready and off-plan, because if you go for a ready one and you get a mortgage, then 6% net rental yield is enough to cover the mortgage payments from rent. And for off-plan, if it's lower than 6%, then you should keep looking. There are many opportunities with much higher rental yields. If your goal is value appreciation, then here's a checklist you can use. The more boxes you tick, the better. First, early stage area. Developers will keep launching new projects and push the prices up. Second, master plan community. If the area has no master plan, then it has no development. Number 3, good reliable developer with no history of big delays and with historic growth. Number 4, price gap versus alternative ready properties. Number 5, low supply. Number 6, high level of uniqueness. Go for iconic areas. Go for undersupplied unit types like good houses and penthouses. And go for beachfront areas. Question number 9. What are the best areas to invest in real estate in Dubai? The answer would be different for different budgets, and we have a separate video about that. But generally, the strongest area for real estate investment in Dubai right now is Dubai Islands. It's an early stage area. Only 30% of all the planned units are sold as of now. It's a master planned area, and there is an amazing master plan that will be appealing to both tourists and residents. The price gap compared to other similar areas of Dubai is huge. And it's a beachfront area. And beachfront areas are some of the fastest growing areas in Dubai. The supply of beachfront properties is limited, and there are some properties with private beach access on Dubai Islands, which is a super rare thing. What are the best developers to invest in Dubai? Well, it depends on your goals. There is no single best developer. Also, their projects are different. But generally, Benghazi, for example, is good for cashing out quickly. Imar is the best at building large-scale, closed master communities. Ellington almost always grows faster than the market. Iman always delivers exceptional rental yields. And there are many more great developers. Many of them are under the radar. Nobody knows about them, but they're delivering huge returns. Next question. Should I buy a ready or enough planned property? Ready properties are better if you want to start generating cash as fast as possible. They are mostly attractive for residents because of easy access to mortgage. If you're a foreign investor, you'll have to pay a 40% down payment, and your interest rates will be higher compared to residents. So for most of overseas investors, ready properties are usually not the number one choice. The number one choice is off-plan. And with off-plan, if you choose the right unit, you can usually get a higher value appreciation compared to ready properties. Off-plan is easier in terms of financing. There are flexible payment plans by developers. So you pay some portion during construction and the remaining part on handover. Next big question. Can I get a discount if I invest in a property in Dubai? Yes, you can, even with off-plan properties. Sometimes just for asking. It doesn't work with super demanded projects, but normally you can get 1 to 3% with some developers. Option number 2 is making a larger payment. Your discount in this case can be up to 10% with good medium-sized developers. And the third way is buying in bulk. Buying a full floor or several floors can get you 20 and sometimes even 30% with certain developers. How much money do I need to pay up front? First, at the expression of interest stage, you pay a certain amount defined by developer for the units you're going for. It can be just $10,000 for small units and $100,000 for large villas. Then you make a booking payment, normally around 10% of the property price, and the next stage is a down payment. The market standard is 20% of the property price. Also at this stage you pay the DLD fee, which is 4%, and admin fees, roughly $1,500 US. For secondary market properties, if you're using a mortgage, the down payment depends on the bank's terms and your circumstances. For residents, it's normally 20% if it's your first mortgage. For non-residents, it's 40%. And you also pay the 4% DLD fee, brokerage fee, and trustee fee. Do I need to visit Dubai to buy a property? No, if you're purchasing the property at the off-plan stage from the developer. Everything can be done fully remotely. But if it's a secondary market property, then yes, you need to visit Dubai. Either you or your legal representative must be present in Dubai during the transaction. What's the process of buying a ready property in Dubai? There are 7 steps. Step 1. Agree on terms with your agent. Typically, it's 2% brokerage fee. Step 2. The agent is looking for properties that meet your requirements and arranges the viewings. Step 3. You found the property and you issue a check as a deposit. This should be at least 10% of the property price. Step 4. You sign the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU. This is a document from the Dubai Land Department that details the sale terms. Step 5. You hand over the deposit check. Step 6. You finalize the property transfer. It happens at a trustee office. This is also the moment when you pay the DLD fees, and you must be in Dubai when it's happening. Step 7. The Dubai Land Department issues the title deed in your name. Next, what's the buying process buying an off-plan property in Dubai? It's pretty straightforward, just 5 steps. Step 1. You submit an expression of interest. It's a mandatory step if the project is not launched yet. If the project is launched and selling, you can skip it. Step 2. You book an apartment. You sign the booking form and transfer the booking fee to the developer's account or an escrow account. In a way, it's a point of no return. If you're signing the booking form and then deciding to back up, you're losing the money you already paid. Step 3. You make the down payment. Step 4. You sign the sales and purchase agreement. And step 5. You pay and the property gets handed over when it's completed. On handover, you do the snagging, meaning you inspect the property, and when the snagging is done, it's fully yours and you get the title deed. How do I make a payment? Bank transfer, cash. Some developers do accept it, some don't. Crypto. Many do accept crypto. And credit card payment. What if I fail to pay? First, there is a grace period. The developer will notify you about the missed payment. Then the developer will go to DLD and they will issue an official notice. They are given 30 days to settle the payment. And if this notice doesn't help, then the purchase will be cancelled. Developer can keep a certain portion of your money or auction the property depending on the property development stage. Which document will prove my property rights in the UAE? During the off-plan stage, the key documents are the sales and purchase agreement and the Akut certificate. Akut is kinda like a title deed for properties that are not completed yet. And for ready properties, the main document is title deed. Is it possible to resell the property during construction in Dubai? Yes, but it's harder than you think. First, there are limitations set by the sales and purchase agreement. Each developer has their own rules, but often you cannot resell the property until you paid 30, 40, or 50% of the property price. Next, even if you find the buyer, you need the no objection certificate from the developer. And finally, if your plan is to buy a property and resell it during construction with a premium, with 99% of projects in Dubai, it's pretty hard to do because of the current market conditions. So I wouldn't suggest this strategy for most investors. Do I need to furnish an apartment before renting it out? For long-term rental contracts, no. Most of the properties in Dubai get rented unfurnished. Your potential tenants most likely already have their own furniture that they will move from the previous apartment. For short-term rentals like on Airbnb, yes, of course you need to furnish it. How to rent out the property? You'll need some help. If it's a long-term contract, like a one-year contract, then in most of the cases the broker or the brokerage that helped you to get the unit will help you to rent it out, and quite often this service is free for the owner. With short-term rentals, you need a professional property management firm because this business is more complicated. You need dynamic pricing, you need to source the potential renters, you need to organize the cleaning and maintenance. So the property management company will do this for you for the share of your profits. What is the process to sell a property in Dubai? First, you agree on terms with an agent and sign an agreement. Step 2. The agent will make a listing on platforms like Property Finder and Bayud if it's okay for you. Some properties get sold off-market, some owners don't want their properties to be listed. And the third step is signing the MOU. When the agent got you the buyer, you sign this document. It's the Memorandum of Understanding, and it outlines all the key terms of the sale. Step 4. Buyer deposits a check, so as a seller you get some kind of protection, and this is a proof that they're serious about their intentions. Step 5. The seller applies for an NOC, which is a no objection certificate. It will be issued by the developer. And the final step is the transfer that happens in a trustee office. You get the money and transfer the property rights. And the final question: what are the costs when I sell a property? For you as a seller, there are only two main costs. First, there is an agency commission. This is the fee you agree on with your broker. And number 2, you pay for a no objection certificate. The cost is typically around $1,000. That's all for today. And this video was a good first step, but now you should go deeper and learn more about different areas in Dubai. We recently made a video about 7 levels of Dubai areas, from worst to best investments.